Thank you. Thank you for the round of applause. You feel me? Yeah, thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Welcome back to Kons Motherfucking Podcast. Good motherfucking Friday. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all doing good out there. Hope y'all had a good week. It's the last day of the week. Saturday and Sunday. I don't drop videos on the weekend, so you know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all on Monday after this. But today we're going to get into something different, you know? I be looking at all these motherfucking YouTubers and shit, man. All they do is watch these TikToks and shit, you feel me? So let me give that shit a shot today. Today we're going to watch some TikToks. You know what I'm saying? Based off what I searched for and based off the TikToks that you're going to see, you're going to kind of figure out what I searched for. You know, definitely conspiracy shit. You feel me? Yeah. So let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Watch these TikToks, conspiracy TikToks and shit. So here's the first one. Let's get into it.
Now this is scary. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but there's a theory going around. It's more like a religious theory. I saw a TikTok video where a preacher was talking and he spoke about something very interesting idea. What if God is actually water? Think about it for us.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born.
But there's more. We often say that God is everything. Well, if that's true, then everything around us would be what? Water. There's water in the air even though we can't see it. There's water inside you, inside me, and in every living thing. Now consider places where water is scarce, like deserts or wastelands. What do you usually find there? Death. Because of the lack of water.
That's fact.
And it's scorching, like hell. Here's something else. In the Bible, when Jesus was tempted by the devil, where was he? In the desert. He was searching for water.
Water is the theory. All around us type shit. God is water. Could be. You know what I'm saying? They say God is everywhere. Water is everywhere. I don't know. What y'all think? Let's get into the next one.
You know the Mars theory?
That there's aliens on Mars?
Nah, there's a theory that Mars was the original planet that humans were from.
Okay.
Then something happened that we all had to fly to another planet and live on. There used to be like civilization that lived on Mars. Now back this. On Mars, there's an element on the periodic table called xenon. Xenon on Earth is only found, this is crazy, is only found after a nuclear explosion.
No.
Oh shit, that's not even the super mode button.
I said no. What the hell?
And it goes hand in hand now. What if on Mars there was a nuclear warfare, destroyed the whole planet, but people were able to escape just in time, landed on Earth, and they had to restart from nothing.
So we are the aliens.
We're the aliens.
What the hell?
It's real shit. Like this element's called xenon. It's prominent after a nuclear explosion.
So the element is only prominent after a nuclear explosion, and this is the shit they found on Mars, he said. Interesting. Oh, this one was interesting right here with Diddy talking about black politicians and wanted to have like a black kind of secret thing going on for us, for a space for us in politics.
And it's called Our Black Party.
Okay.
It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation.
Not at all.
We're not a part of the conversation. We don't have any political power. We don't have any political leverage. And so we started Our Black Party with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it. This is the biggest threat and the only option that we have right now as far as making a change, taking our own self-responsibility and accountability to be educated and empowered with our vote.
So what's the goal for our Black Party?
Our Black Party's number one goal is to unify behind a black agenda. That's it. You could be a part of the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, you could be an independent, but if you're black, you wasn't born Republican, you wasn't born Democrat, He wasn't born independent, he was born black. And we have to seize our political power, because it'll just be more the same. Being pushed this way, being pushed that way, and we expecting
Different result.
a different result. But the definition of insanity is like doing the same thing over and over the same way, expecting a different result, and it's not going to happen. So we have to change the tone. We got to start with us stepping up and really taking the responsibility and accountability to be a part of this political movement.
The hardest part of that is going to be getting other black people to buy into it.
This is not for all black people. You know what I'm saying? This is not for the scary
all
ones.
black people.
This is for the ones that want to move things forward and want to get to the smoke. A black person spends an average of like 5 hours on Instagram a day. If you could give Instagram that time, 15 minutes you could give to educating yourself. And our black party's that platform. So when we get down to the local elections, when we get down to the school board, we get down to the judges and the justices, that's so confusing for us. We've never played this game. This is another level of gangster. But I played this game before, you know? I started in 2004 with Vote or Die, and this is the evolution of that thought, of that empowerment, of that independence, of us taking self-accountability, so we're not caught with our pants down like this election. Right now, we're not going to get nothing. We caught with our pants down. We're not organized. We're not ready to really take this on. I went through the experience of politics. I played the game with the Democratic Party. The people that I went and campaigned for, after they got elected, I don't feel like they really did anything to change the reality of black people. Like I was blessed enough to find God come to me and tell me my purpose. And he told me my purpose is to play a part in saving the black race. The Vote or Die Diddy was about politics and, you know, trying to be supportive. And also, you know, they kind of guilt us in the votings, you know. But as I evolved, I realized this is a business. This is a transaction. This is the closest thing to the streets than the streets that I've seen. I'm launching one of the...
So what Diddy is saying is pretty dope. You know, I fuck with the coalitions and the coming together of black people and trying to make political movements and try to make a movement at all on some unification. I'm always for that. You know what I'm saying? Diddy is definitely under some shit though. I don't think he the dude to be putting on for that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a dope idea. He said he was putting money behind it and all that already, so I'm with the unification of black folk. However, in any form it may be, I'm with it 100%. I fuck with that 100%. Let's get into the next one. This is another water theory.
Y'all, I am freaking out right now. There's a lot of unexplained things going on in the ocean right now. Hold on real quick. I do not trust them. Just watch this real quick for me.
You get to Mars by going through the ocean. You can't get to the bottom of the ocean because outer space is the ocean.
Now what she just said just blew my mind. Now there's a situation called the firmament. So we know that water is all around us. And it is said that this dome divided the sea into upper and lower sections. You can't cancel this out because they still haven't discovered 80% of the sea. Early civilizations believed that the ocean and the stars above were linked. I mean, just look. Mayan, Norse, Hindu, Hebrew, all of them. Now we already know what spacesuits look like, but they look exactly like sea suits. I know once in your life you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle. Planes and people going missing in the ocean. There are black holes in the ocean. And I just know once in your life you've heard about sea monsters. When you see a comet, it looks like a boat soaring through water. What if these unexplained species in the ocean are actually aliens? If y'all have ever watched this movie Underwater, they went too deep and found the creature that don't even look like it's supposed to be from this earth. Or could it have just been a creature from space? Now you can say what you want, but I bet you we are not the only beings, only species, only creatures that are in this universe. It's just ironic that when they return to Earth, they're on water. I mean, I know I'm not tripping. And I know y'all heard of mermaids. So many unexplained things in the ocean. They're making more discoveries in space. Not really putting too much money or caring about what's going on the planet. Why? Because this sea stuff might have a lot of connections to space. And they not telling us. Y'all be safe, and I know I'm not the only person who feel this way.
That's interesting too. It is a lot about the sea we don't fucking know. That's for sure. There's a whole lot down there that we don't nothing about. You know what I'm saying? That's just we can't explore. Yo, so check it out. If you enjoying this content and you like the way this video going, man, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment on it, what you think about it and all that shit. And share this shit. Share it. You know what I mean? Hit that share button. Put it on your Facebook. Put it on your Snapchat. And all that shit. You feel me? But yeah, just a quick little insert. We can get back to the video, Rogan.
I've read every fucking theory on how they built those pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones in it. Some of them they weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them are cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. These things point, that pyramid is shaped perfectly. Like, if you fucked up like a quarter inch there, a half inch here, by the time you get to the top, that thing's a mess. But meanwhile, it's not. It's perfect. It's also perfectly aligned to true north, south, east, and west. And they're not really sure how old it is. They think it's, they date it to 2,500 BC. But that's just because of organic particles that they pulled from inside stones. But they also say that they probably could have sealed those stones and resealed those stones over time. You're dealing with like a gigantic mystery of unfathomable proportion.
That's always been a mystery to me. I don't know what's up with them. I don't know how they was built. I don't know who built them. Ain't nobody got answers to these questions. We don't know how the fuck they was built. We don't know how they did them. None of that shit. These are, I guess, stones and shit that was thousands of pounds. We don't know how they was lifting them. We don't know how they cut them. The tech wasn't around back then. So, I don't know. The pyramids always been a motherfucking mystery to me. I don't know. That shit always been some different shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I ain't got the answers if science ain't got the answers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just gonna go over some of these TikToks. Got a few of them. Chemtrails. I looked them up one time. I was all into that shit at a point in time. I don't know. Could be, could not be. You know what I'm saying? They definitely could be spraying shit down to do something to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga who don't really trust the government, so I believe they definitely
there are people living inside of the earth.
For sure.
It's true.
Inside the earth.
New information from NASA states that there is a large ocean beneath the Earth's crust after scientists detected movement below the surface. Around 500 miles below, a large supply of water has been found stored in a rock named ringwoodite. But it gets even crazier. Scientists say that this rock is so huge that it contains 3 times the amount of water on the Earth's surface. This causes many to believe that there is more down there than we originally thought, possibly even civilizations. While the news of this discovery was over 10 years ago, it was never talked about. Is the government hiding this information from us? What do you think?
The government hides everything. That's the thing about the government. They hide all the info. They hide all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to be in the know or to know what is what and who is what or none of that. They want us to be in the dark for sure. If you live in 2024 and you don't know that, wake the fuck up.
Darkest conspiracy theories.
The Earth virus theory. This theory states that the Earth is a living organism, and we, you and I, the humans, are the virus. The Earth grows plenty of free food, and every animal seems to balance and coexist on Earth in sort of a circle of life. For instance, bees pollinate crops, moving from one plant to the next, fertilizing each plant. It's beneficial. Even though they're taking pollen, they're still being beneficial. But humans, we seem to not benefit the Earth at all. We're more destructive. We clear rainforests, kill the ocean with our plastics, puncture giant holes in the ozone with our chemicals and fuels, and we cause man-made climate disasters. We don't seem to coexist. But before I continue, question time. If aliens were about to destroy the planet, and one came up to you, they chose you, and said, if you show us 2 things on Earth of why we shouldn't destroy this planet and kill you all, what 2 things would you show them to save the Earth? Let me know down below. But anyways, think about the human body. When we're sick, our body creates antibodies to kill off the viruses. That's exactly what the earth does to us, creating earthquakes, droughts, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. Let's face it, we're destructive in nature. And while a tiny bit of us do try to help the planet, the majority of us selfishly harm it. Maybe we are the virus.
We are the virus, and Earth is trying to get rid of us as mankind because we are plaguing it. That's an interesting theory for sure. Makes sense. Let's get into the next one. They don't even hide it anymore.
For fear that you'll lose yourself in their
Lady
expectations
Gaga.
of you.
Well, I've felt that way for a long time. And then I see my big face on that movie screen with no makeup on and my natural hair color, and I'm like, oh, I just gave it away. I mean, you know, I have always liked shapeshift.
Right.
She says she always liked to shapeshift. What? That's a bitch, you shapeshifting amongst us. That's what you're saying. Crazy. Oh, this one was crazy. Dark clock theory. So I've heard this before, you know what I'm saying? When you add up in diagonals, the numbers come to one number, 13, 6. Yeah, you'll see. Let's watch it.
Have you seen the theory about clocks?
No.
So when you look at a clock, it looks pretty normal. You never think anything of it. But what if I told you there's actually a really dark theory behind the idea of a clock?
What?
Right, you go across the clock, across the way, you see like 11 and 1, it equals 12. 10 and 2 equals 12. 9 and 3 equals 12. 8 and 4 equals 12. 7 and 5 equals 12. And then 6 plus 6 equals 12. They all equal 12.
What does that mean, though?
Well, also think about this. When you go diagonally and look at the numbers and you subtract it, like 12 minus 6 equals 6. 11 minus 5 equals 6. 10 minus 4 equals 6.
Wait, what is going on?
But wait, if you look at this a different way too, if you look across, 12 plus 1 equals 13. 11 and 2 equals 13. 10 and 3 equals 13. 9 and 4 equals 13. It all equals 13.
So what's the theory?
You look at all the numbers, right? It's just weird how you go different formulations and they all equal the same.
That's actually kind of scary.
I don't really want to get into like the exact thing that I saw, but it is weird how everything, you know, equals the same. Comment if you guys know what that is. Dude, I don't know. I don't want to say.
That like give me chills just look.
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's part of that shit I don't think it's coincidental. Everything's planned out. So the fact that these numbers, when you do the different formulations of diagonal and across and add them up or subtract them, they all come to the same number. You know, I thought that shit was real interesting as being a nigga that's into watches and hourography. Yeah, that's different. It's interesting for sure. The hidden book.
The CIA declassified a book that basically says all of humanity will soon face a global cataclysm. So the book is called The Adam and Eve Story. It's been around for a while, but the fact that it was classified until 2013 makes you wonder, what were they hiding?
Wait, the CIA classified a book that says humanity's about to be wiped out.
Yeah, and the craziest part is the events outlined in this book actually give really reasonable explanations for some of history's greatest mysteries. If you don't know, I'm talking about things like the lost city of Atlantis, the mysteries of Antarctica, Stonehenge, Easter Island, these things that just don't seem to add up with what we know about history.
So, how does this book explain all that?
Well, it ties back to ancient cataclysms. Like every major religion and ancient folklore has a story of a global catastrophe that resets civilizations. So you've got Noah's Ark, the Sumerians with the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Mayans talking about a great flood. All these cultures, thousands of miles apart, telling essentially the same story, and none of them would have had any contact with each other.
That's insane. And they all have a version of this?
Exactly, and it doesn't stop there. The book even suggests that these ancient structures, like the pyramids, were built by a previous advanced civilization. All these cultures talk about some greater being coming down to build them. None of them take credit for it themselves. And think about it. If you built something as incredible as the pyramids, wouldn't you want to brag about it? But these civilizations passed down remnants of their knowledge to the Stone Age that followed them. And what really trips me out is that This book was dismissed as pseudoscience for so long, but as we've seen, the line between pseudoscience and real science is just a matter of time.
So why did the CIA classify it?
And that's the question. Were they trying to hide something from us?
Of course they hiding it. Like I said before, they don't want you to know the info. They don't want you to know the real. They want to tell you everything that's away from the real, to keep you away from the truth. And they use all kind of games, media, all kind of symbolism, all kind of visual things that they put front your face to talk to your conscience. You know, that third eye, as they call it. They tapped into that. So they deter you from what's really going on very easily through all this tech that we live in and all this tech around us. They use that shit against us for sure, believe it. And we ain't gonna get into too many. This is an experiment. So just a few of them, you know what I'm saying? Put these TikToks up. See if, you know, how these other motherfuckers be doing. See if I can pull this off myself. This shit crazy right here. It's a mask. A human motherfucker. That let me know we probably walked around motherfuckers with masks on and shit for sure. That looked a human than the motherfucker as you just see. Realistic mask. Nigga looking like a whole human. Got the chin here and everything. And it's a whole mask he put on. We could have walked by a motherfucker that we didn't know who the fuck it was. They could have had one of these fucking masks on. But that was just a few little TikToks that I wanted to look at and shit with y'all. Hopefully y'all like that. If y'all fuck with this, I'll definitely do some more of this shit and a whole lot longer. This was a little sample I was doing. A few little TikToks, you know what I'm saying, that I downloaded. Put them shits on here, you know what I mean, so we could look at them together today. But yeah, if you fuck with that, let me know. I'm gonna be doing a lot more of this shit because it's very simple, very easy. Tune in though, Kons motherfucking podcast. That's all I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna further get back into some of this shit later on in the week, next week. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a good weekend. Tell somebody about this podcast over the weekend. And when you see the shit, share it. You know what I mean? Tell somebody about this shit. Let somebody know about Kons Podcast over the weekend. I'll see y'all on motherfucking Monday. Have a good weekend.
Select the beat. Baby, don't you?
I just gave it away.
Wait me, don't you?
I mean,
don't
you know, I have always liked shapeshift.
Right. Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Kons Podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe and share. Constant content. Constant content.
Soon
Kons Motherfucking Podcast.